Hey everyone, it's Paula, your goddess of cheese for Busch's Fresh Food Markets. And OMG, are we really talking about the holidays already? Yes! I don't know about you, but the first time I was asked to put together a cheese board for my family, I was completely lost. And it's actually a very easy thing to do, so I'm going to give you some helpful hints today as far as how to put together a really nice cheese board for your friends and family for the holiday coming up. Okay, so where do we start? My best suggestion is always start with your favorite cheese, because that way you'll be passionate about what you serve to your guests. For me, that's going to be a soft ripened brie. I love the rich and buttery ones. This is the Alouette double creme, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this my centerpiece. Now, by itself, this is really great. You would just cut some nice little wedges on this and it's good to go. But it's the holidays and we want to indulge just a little bit more. So we're going to do an Emerald Lagasse and we're going to kick it up a notch. We carry at Busch's the Toshi products, either the Amareno cherries, the wild blueberries, or the candied orange peel. My personal favorite is the Amareno cherries. These are a wild black cherry from Italy. And all you're going to do is take some of these to spoon on the top. Yum! And just make a nice little decoration with this on the top, and then put the rest of them in a little pretty dish or bowl on the side so that your guests, as they go through this, can add more to it. Believe me, once they get a taste of this, this cheese will be the first one gone. Okay, so when I'm building a cheese board, what I like to do is add the accompaniments to it kind of as I go along, so that I know I'm pairing an accompaniment directly with the cheese that I just did. So for this double creme, what I want is something simple. We don't want the flavors to argue with each other. And what I've chosen to go with it is the Joan of Arc little mini toasts that you will find in our delis. And all I'm going to do is just take some of these and just kind of fan them out that way and fan them out that way, and that way you will cut this into wedges for your guests, and then they can just take some and put it on a piece of the mini toasts right there, or they can just eat it as it is. It's, believe me, it's phenomenal either way. So you're just going to fan it out a little bit and make it like a nice little pretty thing like that, and there you go, you've got your first cheese and accompaniment. Now, some of these cheeses I have left uncut, and then some I've already pre-cut. I think it's fun for the guests to be able to come up and choose the size of piece that they would like, and it gets them around the cheese board and they're talking and laughing, so it's a good thing. So the next cheese I'm going to take is this one right here, which is called Malvarosa. It's from Valencia in Spain. It's a little sheep's milk cheese. It's mild, it's creamy, it has a nice lactic capability to it, so it coats the tongue very nicely. And it has just a little hint of lanolin. And so to pair with that, what I'm doing is I'm putting some nice caramelized pecans. Now, we just started carrying these at Busch's. They're a crispy, crunchy little pecan that is just lightly sweetened. You get that wonderful flavor of the pecans, and it plays beautifully off of the Malvarosa as well as off of the brie. Keeping in mind, if you don't like a certain type of wine, you're not going to buy it for your cheese board. But there are certain pairings that make sense that always go well together. For example, with the brie and with the Malvarosa, what I would suggest is a nice little sparkling wine to lift that richness off the tongue, such as an Asti, a Prosecco, something with a little bubble and festivity. All right, it's time to add a little color and even more flavor to our cheese board, and I'm going to do that by adding some nice triangle wedges of aged mallet. This is an Edam-style cheese from France that was created around the time of Louis XIV, when there was an embargo on Dutch cheeses, so he had his cheesemakers give him a cheese that had that same flavor, but with a completely different look and appeal. So you've got these nice deep orange wedges, and it's a nice mild cheese still, and what I'm going to do to that is I'm going to bring around some wonderful pieces of some different salamis. I've got a peppered salami and I've got a Genoa salami. So those flavors are just going to get in there and play with that aged mallet, and you're going to have all kinds of fun with this one. All right, so let's add a little more flavor to this. Not that it doesn't have enough already, but I've got some really beautiful long triangle slices of the Sartori Bellavitano Espresso. This is a Parm-style cheese with espresso coffee on the rind. It comes in a nice long wedge, so you can make these beautiful tall triangles to add to your tray. And then keeping that Parm style in effect, let's add some Parmigiano Reggiano, and we're going to do that on the opposite corner. And with this, all you want to do is just break it apart into nice little crumbly chunks like that. Parmigiano Reggiano pairs beautifully with honey, which would also go great with the espresso. And as far as wines are concerned, I would choose a nice deep red like a Barolo or a Cabernet Sauvignon or even a Merlot. Okay, so to finish this off and make a really nice, well-rounded tray, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dried apricots, and we're going to add that little bit of color right there, which it goes beautifully with the Malvarosa, and it would also taste delicious with the Bellavitano Espresso. And then what I've got is this gorgeous Thomas Ho Red Leicester. This is an aged red Leicester, and the deep amber color is just perfect for this time of the year. This is a saltier cheese. It has it's been aged for over a year. It has a beautiful, deep, rich flavor as well as color. Once again, will go great with a red wine, and you can just kind of put that out there like that. And then to finish it off, some beautiful pear slices that you can fan out like so. And then, since I like sweet and salty together, I like to pair always a sweet grape with my cheeses. So just put some sweet grapes around on the edges. And what you've got is a really beautiful cheese board that's easy for you to assemble and easy for your guests to enjoy. If you would rather go a little more savory than sweet and salty, I like the yin-yang pairing, but if you'd rather go a little more savory, instead of the grapes or the pears or the apricots, add some olives. Do some olives. Do a couple more different kinds of salamis. Do a pickled vegetable, something that will add a little more piquant flavor to the tray. Also, if you know that you have guests that are a little more adventurous in their taste, then by all means add a blue cheese to your tray so that you have that deep, tangy, sharp, bold flavor of a blue cheese. It's really simple, and you just add it on to the mix, and you've got that wonderful mix of flavors that's going to have everybody talking about your party all season long. I'd like to thank you all for watching. We'll see you next month, and as always, we'll see you at the case.